Now, it's important to realize we all struggle with insecurities. And although the particular insecurities may vary widely from individual to individual, there are some common insecurities a lot of men tend to struggle with. And it's essential for you to recognize and address these insecurities and do your best to work on them. And that's what I want to explore with you on today's video. On today's video, I'm going to share with you what I believe are the biggest male insecurities men tend to deal with and how we can work on them. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Bayou Wallace, salute. Now, first up on our list of the 8 biggest male insecurities, insecurity about your looks or your body image. Now, I know what you thought. You thought it was just the ladies that struggle with this. Au contraire, mon frere, the fellas do as well. And this is especially a challenge for the guys who believe every other guy out there has a chiseled jawline, a six-pack, and are over 6 feet tall. Let me be the first one to tell you, they're not. Most of us are average. That's how they came up with the average. Don't succumb to that thief of joy, comparison. The first thing you need to do to try working on this insecurity is to accept where you are when it comes to your looks. Accept your strengths and your weaknesses. Whether we like it or not, we're all stuck with the face we were born with. We can put out the most handsome version of it, but your looks aren't gonna change. What you need to focus on instead are the things you can control. Can you lose a few pounds? Can you exercise more regularly? Can you incrementally improve your physique? Of course you can. All of us can stand too. Are you putting in the effort to do the best you can with the genetic hand you were dealt? Are you combining cardio and strength training? Are you eating well? Are you getting sufficient nights of sleep? These are all things that not only will make you look better, but feel better. Do your best to take care of your physical and mental well-being. This will help with your insecurities about your looks or your body. Another all too common male insecurity, insecurities around your career success. Now, we're all on this continuous path and ongoing journey when it comes to our career. And there's often in this modern times, some instability. And if you find yourself with some insecurities when it comes to your career, there are some things you can do about it. First, you need to be self-reflective. Take some time to identify why you feel insecure. What aspects of your career are triggering these feelings? Then what you need to do, set some small achievable career goals. Some milestones that you definitely know you can reach. Set goals that align with your values, your skill set, and your interests. By achieving these small goals, you'll give yourself some momentum and you'll gradually and incrementally get over some of your career insecurities. You also should focus on self-development and continuing learning. Once you've identified where you lack when it comes to your career, take some steps to improve in those areas. Whether it's taking online courses, formal education, attending workshops, or seeking out a mentor, you need to do whatever you can to keep up in an ever-changing world. And one of the key ones I just identified, seek out mentors. Surround yourself around people that are supportive but can also offer constructive input. Seek out mentors in your particular field that can offer you some guidance. And insecurities in your career success is often tied into our next one. Insecurity about your financial stability. Acquiring and managing resources can be very challenging for a lot of guys. It can lead to some insecurities. What can we do about it? First of all, have an honest assessment of your current financial situation. Take an in-depth look at your income, your expenses, your debt, your savings. Then develop a realistic budget that will help you exert some control over your financial situation. One of the best ways you can aid yourself in this, enhance your personal finance literacy. Learn all you can about investing, saving, paying down debt, creating a budget to begin with. Whether you're reading books, online courses, online research, the more you improve your financial literacy, the more control you'll feel over your finances. Then you want to create a financial plan. You want to develop short-term and long-term goals and objectives. Then take steps that align with these goals. Whether it's saving up an emergency fund, contributing more to your 401k, paying down debt. When you give yourself an actual plan, it makes you feel more secure. And if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed when it comes to your finances, there's nothing wrong with seeking outside help. Hire a financial advisor. A financial advisor can give you some personal guidance. He can help you develop a strategy to pay down debt, invest more, or even work with you with retirement planning. Speaking of professional guidance, some of us can use some assistance when it comes to our mental health. Whether you're dealing with a clinical health problem such as anxiety or depression, or you're just a human being in this world struggling and having a bit of a hard time, therapy can give you the tools to approach life in a different way. That's why I'm very excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is on a mission to make therapy both more affordable and more accessible, because finding a therapist can be very difficult, especially if you live in an area with limited options. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist much easier because it's online and it's remote. And by answering just a few questions, BetterHelp can match you with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. And it's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist through BetterHelp. All you have to do is hit that link in the description or go to BetterHelp, that's betterhelp.com/styleog, and you'll be well on your way to getting matched with a therapist who can assist you with your mental health needs. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't quite click with the first therapist, which is very common with therapy, we'll match you with another therapist free of charge. I'm someone who's a huge believer in therapy. I've had therapists help me with some of the issues I've had, such as some occasional depression, some imposter syndrome, and I believe therapy is something that can help you if you're struggling. So if you are struggling, consider online therapy. Hit that link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/styleog. Not only do you support this channel, you'll get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. So don't hesitate to get matched up with a therapist with BetterHelp today. Once again, I want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Now, next up is an insecurity almost all of us have dealt with, no matter whether we want to admit it or not. Sexual insecurity, especially when it comes to penis size or sexual performance. What's leading to a lot of this insecurity? False information. First of all, most guys definitely overestimate the size of the average penis. Do yourself a favor, Google it. You'll be surprised. You probably measure up much better than you think you do. Another huge favor you can do yourself when it comes to this category, don't compare porn sex and real sex. There's really no comparison at all. You see, porn is really a fantasy. It's not real. You shouldn't expect your sex life to be anything like it. None of us are jumping off the top rope and having sex with 4 women at a time. Another way you can become more secure in your sexual performance, pay attention to the responses you get when you do certain things with the woman you're being intimate with. A woman's body will communicate to you what she likes and what she doesn't like. And if you're not good at picking up the cues, put your ego aside and ask her, what is it I'm doing you like? What is it you don't like? What do you want me to do more? What would you like to do less? Trust me, if you seek knowledge and get it straight from the horse's mouth, you're much more likely to please your woman and you're much more likely to feel secure about your performance. Next up is an insecurity a lot of us fellas particularly struggle with. Being insecure about being emotionally vulnerable. Let me be the first one to tell you, we're no more or no less emotional than women. That's a bunch of crap if you believe it. It's just women tend to do a better job of expressing said emotion. Having some emotional vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign of strength. It allows you to foster deeper connections with other people and to improve your own mental well-being. What I want you to realize is that it's okay as a man to have the full human experience. Acknowledge and accept your emotions without personal self-judgment. Cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness, consideration, and patience. Give yourself some understanding. Practice some self-care and acknowledge your efforts to get better. Another thing you should definitely proactively do when it comes to your emotional vulnerability, seek support, whether it's through support groups, mentors, or friends. Put yourself around people you feel safe, letting your guard down around. Surrounding yourself around people, especially other men that value emotional vulnerability, definitely help you overcome some of the insecurities you might have about having emotional vulnerability. Hey, you're only human. Another area some guys struggle with, intellectual insecurity. In other words, am I smart enough? Nobody wants to feel dumb. You don't want to worry when you walk in the room, will I say the right thing? Will I be able to engage in intelligent conversation? One of the best things you can do about this insecurity, be okay with knowing nobody knows everything. It's okay to say, I don't know, or remain quiet about a topic you're not well versed in. What you want to do is challenge your self-doubt by reminding yourself that intelligence isn't a fixed quality. You can improve it over time by acquiring more knowledge. You can always get smarter. One of the best things you can do is to embrace learning. Read books, watch online videos, listen to podcasts, embrace new challenges, and seek out opportunities that expand your intellectual horizon. Another excellent thing you can do, put yourself in environments that are intellectually stimulating and around individuals that are intellectually stimulating. Engage in discussions, debates. Put yourself in groups where you acquire more knowledge. You can exchange information. They can learn from you. You can learn from them. Remember, in life, including when it comes to your intellect, steel sharpens steel. An insecurity a lot of guys out there often share with me is an insecurity about their lack of purpose. Especially if you pay attention to a lot of other guys. Men should be on their purpose. Men are supposed to have a sense of purpose. What if you don't? That's okay. You can develop one. The first step, take time to reflect. Think about the things that bring you fulfillment, bring you joy, a sense of accomplishment. But also take the time to realize, what things am I wasting my time on? The more you take time reflecting on things and realize what resonates to you, that can lead you closer to your sense of purpose. You also want to engage in a variety of activities that can expand your horizon. Take up new hobbies, volunteer, take a course. Exploring new opportunities and avenues allows you to learn things about yourself you might not already know. You might actually stumble upon your sense of purpose. But one of the best things you can do if you're struggling with your sense of purpose, seek out role models and individuals that seem to have things in line. Those that seem to have found their sense of purpose. Ask for their guidance, ask for their advice. Ask them to share a little bit about their life's journey. Surrounding yourself around guys who are on their sense of purpose can give you insight and inspiration to find your own sense of purpose. Next up is an all too common insecurity, whether we're talking about men or people in general. Being insecure about having insecurities to begin with. I need to let you know, if you're insecure, you're just like all of us. It's just natural. You need to recognize that having insecurities is just part of the human experience. Don't beat yourself up about it. We all go through this. We develop insecurities from various sources, whether it's our own personal perspective, social influences, our own experiences. It's natural to have some vulnerabilities and some insecurities. Allow yourself to do so. But you want to make sure you're paying attention to negative self-talk and your own inner self-critic. Are you judging yourself too harshly, or are you being realistic about some of your shortcomings? Are some of these insecurities even valid? You want to replace some of this negative talk with some positive self-affirmation. Like I mentioned earlier, practice some self-compassion. Be as understanding as you would with a friend. But I also want you to realize, by accepting and acknowledging your insecurities, it doesn't mean you're resigned to them. It doesn't mean you're not going to work on them. You're giving yourself permission to have the problem, identify the problem, and go about fixing it. So don't look at other people thinking they all have together. Almost none of us do. Don't be insecure about having insecurities.